Hey y'all, hey, I'm back. You see how me and the tree resembling? Made from nature and God's image, okay? Um, Today we gonna talk about who we should be. Who we should be as Christians. Um, I know a lot of the time people get scared away from the church, from judgment or shame. Like the people in the church haven't made mistakes. And I don't think that's right. The church should be founded around come as you are. And a lot of the time people are made to feel so much guilt about how they show up that they don't. The church has come to be a place where only people that are already saved are dwelling. God intended for the church to reflect Him in a way that the love would draw people in that needed Him, just as they are. People want to act like you get saved and overnight it changes. You better confirm. And that's not the truth. It's not the truth. I know when I was trying to stop drinking and smoking, it was easier for me to stop drinking because it had got to a point where it was making me sick. After COVID, I'm like, liquor ain't the same. I was a tequila girl, and I think they was using that for like hand sanitizer. So maybe they was just producing it too fast. I don't know what was going on. But it just wasn't the same. It was literally making me sick to drink. So I was just cool, I was cool on letting that thing go. But with smoking, I had stopped smoking with people. So I wouldn't be doing it socially. I guess this is the best way to say it. So it wouldn't be in my mind like every time I had to go out I needed to smoke. But also because I was like, those started bothering me. Like what people were wrapping the weed in started bothering me to the point where I was like only doing like paper cones or smoking out of the bong, And so I was just smoking by myself at home whenever, I was just like, okay, I'm going to smoke. I was just smoking by myself. And, but the point is, it took me a while to just be like, I'm not going to do it no more. I had been telling people for a lot longer than I had stopped that, I'm not smoking because I didn't want to keep on doing it. I knew I shouldn't have been doing it. So I was like telling them, no, I wasn't smoking, and I was feeling weird, like, am I a secret smoker? I be smoking at the house sometimes, telling everybody else I'm not smoking. But that was my process. That was my process on quitting, that I needed to cut it out from being a social thing. And I needed to cut it out, period. But I had to wing myself off of it. And God was okay with that. I'm not saying that God was telling me that smoking was okay or, that me drinking was okay. But when you're doing that on a regular basis, God sees that you're trying. God sees that you're trying to let it go, and God is proud of that. And I think we need to start showing up more in that way, where you're seeing people struggling with something. They should be able to show up to the church in the midst of what they're going through. Because there's a lot of people in the church hiding the things that they're doing. But we let them show up as long as they dressed accordingly and looking the part. We allow them to show up into the church, and they doing worse than what the people in the streets is doing, because at least they're not lying and being deceitful about it. The church has to open back up to save. It has to be an open door policy on people showing up as they are. And I'm not saying showing up to cause havoc, because if it's on their heart to show up, they not coming in there trying to be throwing the 40 back in the back of the church. That's not what I'm talking about. I ain't saying let them hit the pipe in the back of the church. But if they're unsober coming to the church, they're trying to get closer to God. The church used to be a place where people could come for refuge. If they were in need of something, if they were homeless, if they were hungry. That's what the church was built on, for people to come. And they can't. They come into churches and the doors is locked on them. And we also, as people with the Holy Spirit in us, should be coming outside the church. We should be coming outside the church and really speaking to the people that's in need. I seen a pastor talking about that they had a event and people weren't there. You know, the turnout wasn't what they needed to be. And while the other pastors were sitting in the church, you know, kind of just being like, well, this is what it is, and we'll just speak to the people that showed up. She went out into the streets and was just inviting people from the grocery store, from the people that was just hanging out on the street, from, you know, people that lived around in the neighborhood. She was just inviting them in to come and fellowship with them. And we should start moving more like that. It's like the churches only want to speak to people that are already saying they're people of God. We should be reflecting God so much that people are asking or drawn to what we're doing. Drawn to the light in us to see how they can get a piece. They shouldn't be worried about judgment. They shouldn't be worried about our noses being up at them. They shouldn't be worried about do they have something to wear. They should be able to come and get the word and get closer and better understanding of what God's love is and feel it amongst us. There's only one judge. There's only one person that can give us conviction. And it's not you and it's not me. And I can speak firsthand when that conviction get on you. When God's telling you to straighten something out, there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to be on your neck. That conviction going to be on your neck that you ain't going to be able to do nothing but be like, oh, okay. Okay, God, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. Everybody's convictions are not the same. But let God deal with that. That's not for us to deal with. Oh, they talking about they a child of God and they looking like this or they doing this or I seen them here. That's none of your business. That's none of your business. Pray for them. If you think they in the wrong thing, pray for them. Don't get to talk about them, okay? Don't get to gossiping. Pray for them. And let God change it if that's meant to be changed. If you feeling convicted about something that other people don't feel convicted about it, let it be your conviction. Let you worry about that, okay? Do your best not to be doing it. Stop worrying about whether other people are doing it or not. It might just be your conviction. But I know God is calling us to be more of love than anything right now. So we moving in love, speaking with love, acting according to love. And in this time, a lot of people don't know what that means. It's okay to do some research. It's okay to look into things. Crack that Bible on open. It'll give you direction. It'll give you the word you need. It'll show you who you are to God. It'll show you who you should be to other people. It won't steer you wrong. And I pray that God continues to work through me so I don't steer you wrong. But I know the people that are supposed to hear me are going to hear me. There's a very specific person. There are very specific people that I am meant for. That God has me out here speaking to. That will recognize themselves in me. That want to get closer to God, but I'm just a hippie. I just am about nature. I'm just, I just don't know that that's the way for me. I'm not religious. I'm more of a free spirit. You are me and I am you, okay? But with all of those things, and I do want to touch on too, like there were things I was doing that, the more I deep dived, Christians were saying like, oh, this demonic, it's demonic, it's demonic. All these things are demonic. They were saying yoga was demonic. And I'm like, well, I'm just not going to put the videos out no more. I'm not going to. I didn't want to be judged. But whoever they whispering to and talking to when they doing their stretches, they was saying that the poses was speaking to certain things, And I said with God about it. And whoever they talking to ain't who I'm talking to when I'm doing no yoga. Whatever they give it up to, I'm not giving up to when I'm doing no yoga. When I'm meditating, I'm not hemming and humming to no deities, okay? I'm talking to God. I'm sitting in a quiet space for God. And it ain't for you to judge me. God will correct it. And so I'm going to start putting my exercise and my yoga videos back out. That's what I'm meant to be doing. That's what I'm meant to be doing. Offering those things up to the world, and the devil ain't got nothing to do with it. So as I speak to, y'all dealing in y'all own convictions, I'm gonna deal in the things that convict me. And if what you're saying doesn't match up with what God is saying to me, I trust God on it, okay? I trust God on it. And yeah, I know what my relationship is like with God. I know how me and Jesus is moving. Yeah, me and Jesus like this, okay? I have the Holy Spirit up in me, okay? Giving me daily direction on how to be moving and how to be a better person. So that's the instruction I'm gonna take, okay? And God also gave me discernment to hear what I'm supposed to hear when it comes from people, to receive it and move accordingly. So don't y'all worry about me, okay? Don't y'all worry about me. I'm gonna keep on pushing with love and doing what I need to be doing and doing my part in the kingdom. You do your part. Worry about you, okay? Moving with love. And coming together. We are supposed to be moving as one. And the church is even too divided. There was people that loved God in the Bible before there was Christianity. And you say believe it all or nothing, right? We have to start moving like God is bigger than our religious square. The box religion is trying to put God in. God is way too big for that. So be better and come together as people that believe in the Most High, that believe in the Creator of everything. Gotta sort the rest out. I know what I deserve. I know what you deserve. I love y'all.